Good morning, Sunday school friends, or good afternoon or good evening, depending on what time you're enjoying this Sunday school video. Happy Sunday, and I hope you all had a wonderful weekend. So today's Bible story is based on James chapter 1, verses 19 through 27, and chapter 2, verses 1 through 7. It is called Hear It and Do It. So think about the best way to really listen, because I want you to really listen to this story. Think about maybe where in your house you should sit. Maybe it's somewhere quiet, maybe away from distractions, and do whatever you need to do to listen to this story. Maybe it helps you to listen if you're holding a favorite stuffed animal. Maybe it helps you to listen if you're holding something in your hands. So whatever it is that you need to do to be a really good listener and really hear this story, I want you to go ahead and do that. Everybody ready? Okay. Hear it and do it. Many years ago, when the church was just beginning, a group of people met together to worship God and learn about following Jesus' way of love. One day, a letter arrived from the church leaders named James, from one of the church leaders named James. The letter had something important to say about what it means to be a follower of Jesus. It said, "Dear friends, listen to what Jesus says." And those who were reading the letter responded, "Hear it and do it. Be quick to listen and slow to be angry. Be kind and helpful. Look after everyone." The leader said, "Listen to what Jesus said." And the readers of this letter said, "Hear it and do it." The people looked at one another. "We can do this," they said to each other. The leader said, "Listen to what Jesus says." And the readers responded, "Hear it and do it." The people worked together to find different ways of doing what Jesus said. They helped others. They welcomed everyone. They shared their food. They used kind words. Every time they met together, they reminded one another. The leader asked, "Can you listen to what Jesus says?" And the followers and the readers said, "Hear it and do it." The people knew then, when they followed Jesus' teachings, that they were doing what God wanted. Sometimes it was hard. Sometimes they made mistakes, but they kept reminding one another. And they kept on trying. When the leader said to them, "Listen to what Jesus says," they responded, "Hear it and do it." And in that way, their church kept on growing. So in the beginning, I told you the name of this story was Hear It and Do It. And throughout the story, the readers of the letter and the followers of the church often repeated, "Hear it and do it." So you go ahead and practice with me. I'm going to say, "Listen to what Jesus says." And then all together, you can yell, "Hear it and do it." Ready? Listen to what Jesus says. Hear it and do it. Try one more time. Listen to what Jesus says. Hear it and do it. Okay, so what does that mean, hear it and do it? So hearing something and listening to something, like a story, is what you did just now. So you listened to the story. You heard it and you thought about what it meant. So when we really hear Jesus and listen to Jesus, we have to think about what is he asking us to do? So let's brainstorm. The people in the story, some examples that they came up with to really find ways of living out what Jesus asked them to do is to help others, to welcome everyone, to share their food, and to use kind words. So those are all great ideas. They're hearing what Jesus is asking them to do. But the other part of the story, and the other part of what we need to remember, is to not just hear it, but to do it. So I want you guys to pause the video and grab some paper. It can be a big piece of paper. It can be a giant piece of poster board, and something to write with. So markers, crayons, colored pencils, or even just a piece of paper and a pen or a pencil. That's just fine. But I want you all to grab something to write with or draw with. And then come on back and sit down. All right, everybody have something to write with or draw with? So what I want you to write at the top is the title of this story and what we're being asked to do. So what we're being asked to do is hear it and do it. So write that at the top of your piece of paper or the top of your poster in big letters. Hear it and do it. Okay, so the next step is brainstorm a list. And you can write the words or you can draw pictures, and it doesn't have to be neat and organized. It can kind of be all over the place because we're just brainstorming. Add some fun colors if you want. So think about when you hear Jesus in the Bible, when you hear Bible stories, what exactly is Jesus asking us to do? What are some examples of things that you could actually do in real life that you think Jesus would want us to do? So think about that. You can pause the video for a minute if you want and just brainstorm and draw some ways that we can actually live out Jesus' message. What does Jesus want us to do? So I did this with my own kids, and here's a list of what we brainstormed. Some things together, not nice and organized, but colorful, because we're going to hang this up in our kitchen. So some ways, some things that my kids and I thought that they heard Jesus asking us to do. One of them is to call somebody who might be feeling lonely. Another one is to donate food to a food pantry and help feed the hungry. Say I'm sorry when you hurt somebody. Say a prayer. Forgive someone when they hurt you. Help a friend or neighbor who needs help. Say thank you. Help mom or dad with dinner tonight. And be kind. So the list could really go on forever, but these are some ideas that we had of things that Jesus would be really happy if we were to do. What I want you to do when you're done with your poster or your list, ask a grown-up in your house where you might be able to actually hang that up. Maybe it's on your refrigerator, maybe it's on a bulletin board, maybe it's just taped to a kitchen cabinet. So when you do that, it can be a reminder for you and for everybody in your family. Well, these are the things that we heard Jesus telling us to do. And then step number 2 is actually doing it. So if you have this list hanging up somewhere, well, my kids, if they help me with dinner tonight, then they can cross that out. They've crossed out, help with dinner tonight. If I say something by mistake that hurts somebody's feelings and I didn't mean to hurt their feelings, if I say, I'm really sorry that I hurt your feelings, then I can cross that one off. So work with your family and kind of cross these off or mark them in any way that works best for you. Maybe instead of crossing them off, you want to put tally marks. Well, how many times can you be kind to somebody? Well, great. If I was kind to somebody 5 times, great. I'll put some tallies here. And let's see, and get your whole family involved. Maybe you each want to have your own list or poster of hear it and do it. Or maybe you all work on the same one. But see if you can actually hear what Jesus is asking you to do and then go a step beyond that and do it. One of the things that came up on our list that we thought was really, really difficult to do is to forgive someone. We put a big heart around that. So that's something that's not that easy to do. Even if somebody truly is sorry, if they hurt your feelings, it's not always easy to forgive them. And if you are looking to spend a little bit more time thinking about forgiveness and how to do it, there is a link to a wonderful VeggieTales video about some grumpy grapes or cranky grapes and a little asparagus. And they hurt each other's feelings and they learn how hard it is to forgive someone. So enjoy making your posters. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Enjoy the VeggieTales video if you have time to watch it. And I look forward to seeing you all soon. Have a great week.